Okay, so a little video here. I wasn't going to shoot a video before I left town, but this came to me and I want to address it. I coach a lot of students online and offline, in person, and I had my entire life. I've worked with 300 employees at one time. I'm good at analyzing situations and helping people grow. And the one thing that I come across a lot, and I find myself guilty of it as well, so I'm not pointing fingers here, is people that are having a rough time. And let's just take finances, for example. Having a rough time at the moment, can't make the mortgage payment. The car payment is late. I've overextended myself, and I'm going to have to go get a second job. My wife, significant other, husband is yelling at me because I didn't handle the bills at home. My business that I started, it's failing, and I don't know what to do. And what has to happen at that time in your life as you're going through these things is you need to have, first of all, a journal is great. And to journal down all your successes, so-called failures, so that you can go back to them time and time again. Okay, you can go back to them time and time again, and you can read, what did you do? How did you think? What were you smelling? What were your thoughts like? And, here's the key. What adversities have you gone through in your life that you've come out of? Did you live through the death of a loved one, a wife, a child, a spouse, a parent? Have you been broke before and come out of it? Did you not pay your mortgage 1 month and figured out how to pay it the next? You see, here's the key. The key is that you have to pull all your personal power. You have to use everything that's available to you, not only when times are bad, but when times are good, to use all that energy and power and wisdom that you can possibly get your hands on. And if you're sitting in a depressed state or a state of, oh me, oh my, what am I going to do? How am I going to handle this? You're not going to pull on the resources that are needed for you to not just turn the corner, not come back, but to blow things up in a way that have never been for you before. See, God, the universe, they hold back. They want to know who's willing to go out there and fight, who's willing to take the next step to really get what you want. Why should God trust you with anything when you aren't handling what you have right now? You're not taking care of what you have right now. Your car is dirty, or your house is broke down, or you're whining and complaining. And I don't say that in a negative way. I say snap out of it. When in the past have you changed things around? What did you do? What did you think about? Who did you call? How did you act? Get back to that spot. Everyone has issues. Everyone has moments of, oh man, these things are so... It doesn't serve you. I have news for you. What if I told you you could have all the money you've ever dreamed of? All the money. And you could have all of the fame on top of that you could ever dream of or want. And on top of that, people would recognize you and praise you and just kiss your feet everywhere, and you still had these same problems. You still had not only financial problems occasionally, you had issues of, am I really loved? Any of that? Is it possible? Just a few months back, comedian Robin Williams killed himself. He killed himself. This is the ultimate, I'm out. This is the ultimate, I give up, right? And he had all of the things that so many of us work day in and day out to get. He had family. He had money beyond anyone would need. He was funny. People loved him and worshiped him. All of those things. And yet, he took his life. He didn't die from a drug overdose, which is bad enough, right? Totally just, disregard for your life. He said, this life is too awful for me. I'm out. You need to learn to deal with your emotions right now at this level. You need to learn to deal with failure and success at this level, or you will never get to the next level. You're not going to get to the next level, okay? So, you need to think every single day, I'm going into war. And in war, there's no prisoners, right? This war, there's no prisoners. You have to win. at everything. So right now, what I want you to do is I want you to snap out of what you're thinking about. I want you to snap out of the negative attitude. I want you to jump up and say, you know what? I'm going to take this on. And I guarantee you, with that mindset of I can do anything. I remember when I used to. I remember maybe you had a baby. You know how hard that is to do? Right? If you can do that, you can knock this out of the park. Okay? So I want you to have those thoughts in your head, and for the next 24 hours at least, promise me that you will attack any issue, any problem, anything you have in your life that is bothering you. You'll come up with a plan and you'll attack it for 24 hours. You can go back to being depressed and out of it and frustrated tomorrow, 24 hours later. Do it for 24 hours and I guarantee you, you will not go back to whining or complaining or thinking about, oh God, woe is me, because it doesn't serve you. All right? I hope to shoot some videos from the road on my vacation. Not too many, but a couple of them, and I hope that you like this, because these are things that, you know, I've lived a pretty challenging lifetime. Many of you may not know this, but I slept on a floor for 2 years when I first moved to Atlanta. I slept on the floor because I could not afford an apartment, I could not afford a bed, and I slept on the floor. And you know, I've had more downs than that, just that. I've lived through the death of a parent and several other things that shook me, but you know what? You got to get back on your horse. You got to have a faith in God, and just do this. 24 hours. I want to hear from you below. How did that change your life? Did it change your life? Did you really do it for 24 hours? Have a great day.